Okay, if we're looking at evaluating expressions with exponents, we need to remember what we're talking about here basically is the exponent is how many times we use the base as a factor. For example, 2 to the fourth means that we're basically taking 2 as a factor 4 times to get an end product. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 16. Okay. Now, what's important to understand about exponents is when you see an exponent, it's only tied to the base. It immediately that immediately precedes it. So in this case, 2 to the fourth, the 4 is only applied to the base 2. Special note here is when we have a negative number, because we have to be careful what's going on. If we have something like -3 squared, the exponent 2 is only tied to the base of 3. It has nothing to do with this negative sign in front of the 3. So -3 squared is really -9 in that manner. We're only squaring the 3, not the negative sign. However, if we see something in parentheses, if we see -3 in parentheses squared, basically we're saying we're squaring everything inside this parentheses. This exponent is tied to everything within the parentheses. So what this means is we're looking at -3 times -3, which is +9. Like I said, this is a special case with negative signs here. So we need to be very careful. If a negative sign is in front of a number within parentheses to an exponent attached, then that negative is part of what is being raised to a power. But if it is not, it does not get raised to a power. So something like -2 to the fifth, well, we have to be careful because we have a negative times a negative, which is a positive, times a negative, which is a negative. We have -2 times -2 times -2 times -2 times -2. So we're looking at, in this case, -2 times -2 is +4. -2 times +4, if we take these two together, we get -8. -8 times -2 is +16. -2 times +16 would be -32 as an answer. Usually if we have a negative sign and we're taking something to a power and it is attached to it, or not attached to it, I should say, if it is attached to it, what we can find out is if we have an odd number, then usually the answer will be negative. If we have an even number, it will be positive. But for all intents and purposes, if a negative sign is not within parentheses with a real number that's taken to a power, then the negative sign does not go with that number. So, we'll be back again with the next one. Bye.